Hello, this is Dr. Lewerenz at Longevity Health Institute here in Rochester, Michigan. It's been a little while since we visited. Actually, I thought I'd go over something with you that I don't think I've shared with you or we've talked much about, but it's the effects, if you will, of your lipids and of your cholesterol and how we have to look at that and essentially tease through what might be causing your cholesterol issue. This actually came to mind because a patient of mine actually who knew my father, who was a physician, today actually brought up to me and said, "Oh, how's your dad doing?" And unfortunately, I had to share with him that I lost him about a year and a half ago, and which was a great physician and a great father and that. And so, I was reflecting, and he had heart disease, had heart and vascular disease that was untreated. And so this is obviously very important. We can live really healthy and live and feel vital and strong most of the time, and have cholesterol and vascular and heart conditions that are, very subclinical or minor symptomology, and then we don't actually respond to them or put them at our priority or the front of our list to take care of or to have foresight into actually looking into or treating. So what causes high cholesterol? It's kind of complicated because there's genetics, there's diet, there's lifestyle like exercise and weight and that. There's also big effects due to your hormones and liver. And that's what I thought I would share with you, is that often we get people come in and we go over their goals and they're here for hormone replacement, or they're at our office because they're tired and fatigued and run down. Or maybe they have chronic immune issues and that. But often they'll say, yeah, my doc says I'm, have high cholesterol, I need to watch my diet, need to work on my diet and that. And so maybe I'd like to work on that. Well, our first thing is going to be obviously to do a full assessment of them and look at the details of functional medicine in a personalized way. But the other thing that we want to make sure we address and look at is that they have a genetic link or a genetic risk, and there's some markers that we can do to kind of address that. We want to look at their levels and look at a very detailed cardiovascular panel. Often we use one from Cleveland Clinic Heart Lab, actually, where it does a fractionation, which maybe you've heard me talk about, of their detailed lipids. But also we want to look at and consider things like how they detoxify, how their liver is working, if it's working optimally and at a high functioning level, if their diet's not just obviously high calorie causing weight gain, but sugars through the liver actually have a cholesterol effect. They raise your cholesterol. The other thing is that hormones, as we age, women and men, hormones decline. Cholesterol is one of our primary hormones that allow us to make our sex hormones and other hormones. So when you look at the cascade of your sex hormones and that, and you think of estrogen and testosterone and DHEA and these types of hormones, cortisol and that, they are very influenced and made from the upper level of the primary hormone, which is cholesterol. What happens when we get into later age and we go through menopause, perimenopause, and men andropause, 40s and 50s, what happens actually very often is that we get this hormonal decline, and we get this feedback loop to our pituitary in our brain, and then to our adrenal and endocrine organs, including even the thyroid and gonads and ovary and such. And it says, hey, we aren't making these hormones, so we start to kick out more cholesterol through our liver, and actually trying to compensate and say, hey, come on, let's start making some hormones because these levels are getting too low. So it's a feedback loop, but it's often not efficacious and very effective, because what happens is your hormones are declining and you're getting those symptoms, as then the negative effects of cholesterol rising and thickening and potentially plaquing your blood. So this is very important to address. What is the cause of the high cholesterol? Is it hormonal? Is it liver and how we detoxify? Is it dietary, and is it weight or some other lifestyle things? So these are things that I want you to look at and consider if you haven't already. We're happy to help you here with them at Longevity Health Institute. But